Senior year.
Not exactly how we imagined it.
Senior year.
We'll never forget it.
It's been tough.
But not tougher than us.
As a student athlete during COVID, I learned that even in the absence of competition, it's still possible to foster a beautiful team community.
Usually it's really taxing being a scholar athlete, but on top of all that, we have COVID this year, which makes it even harder. At the same time, I'll take it because this is what I'm here for. I'm here to play sports and do good in school.
During the pandemic, I've learned that, although sometimes it's hard to stay self-motivated, eventually the hard work and dedication that you put into your sports and academics do pay off.
I've learned that it's important to slow down and take your time to appreciate everything that you have, because you never know what could happen or where life could lead you to.
Being a scholar athlete during COVID has been difficult, but thanks to our coaches and mentors teaching us the mental fortitude and toughness that we need on and off the court, we've been able to cope with it and still have fun playing the sports we love.
Tonight, we celebrate
Freshman year,
Sophomore year,
Junior year.
And yes, senior year.
welcome to the 38th annual CAS-CIAC Scholar Athlete Banquet.
It's a tradition which began in 1984. Each spring, Connecticut's best and brightest are recognized not only for their excellence on the court and on the field, but more importantly, in the classroom. Welcome to the 38th annual CIAC Scholar Athlete Awards presentation. I'm Bob Picozzi. For the second straight year, a pandemic prevents us from gathering together at a banquet. So instead, we come your way today from Cheshire High School, the home of the girls swimming program, which was named the #1 dynasty in the 100-year history of the CIAC. That's right, 100 years. And tonight we're honoring 360 scholar athletes only 3 days before the CIAC celebrates its 100th birthday. The names and photos of the scholar athletes will scroll across the bottom of your screen throughout the program. And in the next half hour, we will introduce you to one male scholar athlete, one female scholar athlete, and also the winner of the annual Spirit of Sport Award. Each has a special story. We will also hear from our keynote speaker, Sacred Heart University Athletic Director Bobby Valentine, and there will be congratulatory messages from some famous Connecticut athletes. But first, here's the Executive Director of the CIAC, Glenn Lungarini.
Thank you, Bob. And hello to our scholar athletes and their parents. Congratulations on being honored with this prestigious award. It was a little over a year ago when CIAC was talking about how to honor our scholar athletes, one of our most prestigious awards, and it was determined that we would seek partnership with Fox 61 to air this event over the TV. We continue to be grateful for our partnership with Fox 61 and being able to bring you this year's Scholar Athlete Awards through this platform as well. Over the past year, we have dealt with many challenges and adversities, and it has been the work of our student athletes in conjunction with our schools, our principals, our administrators, and athletic directors who have brought us to the successful point that we are today. There have been setbacks as we continue to battle COVID-19 and overcome the impact of the pandemic on the education and the high school sports world. Yet through this, we have seen the example set by our scholar athletes to lead their peers through these challenging and adverse times. We honor tonight the best of education-based athletics, not only the achievements that you have had on the field of play, but also the accomplishments that you have had in the classroom as well as in your school communities. Please know that your recognition tonight is a way to say thank you to many of you who are the unsung heroes of your school communities. Quite often, our Scholar Athlete Award winners are some of the most modest leaders in our school communities. They don't act and lead for the purpose of acclaim, and oftentimes their leadership goes without recognition. But tonight we have an opportunity to let you know that you have been seen, and we have recognized the positive impact that you have brought to your school community. Over the next half hour, you will see the names of each Scholar Athlete recipient. but let me take a moment to highlight just a few of the amazing stories that lie within each of tonight's recipients. Over the years, we have had multiple scholar athletes honored from one family in different years. This year, we take that one step further. Among the 363 scholar athletes being celebrated tonight are twins, Allie and Emerson Manville from Windham Tech. Twins whose bond will be further cemented this summer when they both report to Parris Island for recruit training with the U.S. Marine Corps. Thank you both for your service to our country. There's also at least one cousin connection this year. Trumbull's Callan Carbone and East Haven's Tori Heafy are scholar athlete cousins. And Callan is the daughter of SCC Commissioner Al Carbone, who himself was an East Haven High scholar athlete in 1991. In the days leading up to tonight's virtual banquet, we have been spotlighting scholar athletes on the CIAC's Twitter and Instagram accounts. We want to celebrate you tonight. Be sure to send us a screenshot of the show as you watch and tag @CIAC Sports on Twitter and Instagram. So tonight, we celebrate you, our Connecticut CIAC scholar athletes, for all that you have done for our schools and our communities. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
Hi, I'm Jem Rosetti, proud graduate of New Fairfield High School, class of 1992. Playing on back-to-back CIAC state champion girls basketball teams was one of the biggest thrills of my life. I'd like to congratulate the 2021 CIAC Scholar Athletes. The sacrifices that you all have made to excel both in the classroom and on your field of play will benefit you for the rest of your life. Congratulations and good luck.
Hi, I'm Steve Coughlin, aka Stanford Steve from ESPN SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt. I'm a proud graduate of Ansonia High School, class of 1996. I'm the 1995 Gatorade Football State Player of the Year, and I want to congratulate you, the 2021 Scholar Athletes for CIAC. Only you know of what you've done to get here in the last year. Remember that in tough times ahead. Congrats.
With more than 360 success stories to share, you can imagine how difficult it was to select only two to showcase. The female scholar athlete in the spotlight is Norwich Free Academy's Michaela Kelly. She competes in cross country and track and is also a recent recipient of a $20,000 Martin Luther King Jr. College Scholarship Trust Fund. CAS-CIAC's John Holt shares Michaela's story.
On behalf of the Dr. Martin Luther King Scholarship Trust Fund, I would like to let you know that, Makayla, today you are the recipient of a $20,000 scholarship that's going to help you further your educational goals. So you think that will help also?
It will. You can't see it, but I'm proud. I've been extremely grateful for all of these honors, and I think a big part of it is being a role model for my younger brother. I see that the awards that I've gotten have given my brother someone to look up to and something to work towards.
She balances all of her schoolwork with all of these extracurriculars with her athletics. She runs on her own if she misses practice. She also holds a job, so she does everything.
Although I'm extremely happy for things like being homecoming queen and different athletic and academic awards, I think my character speaks the most about me, and it's what's going to get me through the next years of my life, and it's what's going to make me successful.
If you're having a bad day, she tries to figure out a way to, lift your spirit. Even when you don't tell her you're having a bad day, she kind of just senses it.
I think a lot of times we make judgments about people without actually knowing them, and it's extremely important to get to know people and to be open, extremely open-minded too.
Makayla, roll, Makayla!
Differences are important, and they're what help us grow. And sometimes having a different approach or different ideas is what really makes change happen.
She has a way of really speaking her mind and being an advocate for what's important to her.
I definitely know what I stand for and who I am. With all the social unrest we've had, I think really with my character I've seen that I've become more outspoken and really trying to stand up for the things that I believe most in.
She says what she feels, and she is very passionate about what she feels, and her passion comes through in all that she does. The Martin Luther King Scholarship, her essay was fabulous, and it really stood out.
Here at NFA, we have a student-led racial forum discussion that we do, and I think it's definitely helped a lot with having open conversations. I think with a lot of the tension that's been going on, you'd expect that the student body is really divided, but with having open conversations and really trying to get to the heart of a solution for this issue that we've been facing, it's been really positive around here at NFA, and we've all come together. I really want to major in biology on a pre-medicine track so that I can one day become an orthopedic surgeon, and I'd love to work in a children's hospital. That's my ultimate goal right now.
The CIAC Spirit of Sport Award was created to honor a Connecticut student athlete, coach, or team that truly exemplifies those positive values that we seek in our student athletes. The award is named in honor of Michael Savage, the former executive director of the CIAC, who throughout his career worked to put Connecticut Interscholastic athletics on the highest level. This year's recipient is Patrick Rosetti, a senior at Danbury High School. Patrick was a member of the Danbury High football team, and he played the most demanding position, quarterback. He was also a member of the track and field team. This is the CIAC award that Patrick will be receiving. Patrick has a severe speech impediment, something that he has had for as long as he can remember. There are times when he can take as long as 1 minute to complete a full sentence.
I would I say that my greatest accomplishment is not letting it impact who I am as a person.
Because of this difficulty, it is very hard for Patrick to do things that most of us take for granted. For example, ordering food in a restaurant, meeting new people, or making class presentations. Teachers have offered Patrick accommodations when a class presentation was due. He could have made the presentation in front of the teacher or in front of a small number of students. However, Patrick has always chosen to make the presentation in front of the entire class. Early on, he determined that he was not going to let the stutter dictate his life.
It's all a perseverance. Since elementary school, I've just I pushed through all my challenges.
Patrick never complains and asks, "Why me?" He is determined to not let anything stop him from reaching his goals, one of which is to someday be a surgeon.
I have hundreds of athletes, hundreds of coaches over a 40-year career, but there's only a few that kind of pop out, and Patrick is one of them. The reason being, he is the type of young person that motivates me to be an educator, to teach, to enhance the growth of young people.
During his time as a quarterback, Patrick led his team in several winning drives, often in the last seconds of play. Accommodations were made so that he would not have to call out the signals necessary for his offense to initiate play.
We went to a clap motion to initiate the snap. In a pivotal matchup against Norwalk, our other quarterback, Jackson Saccone, actually got injured on the first drive. Patrick, he led us up and down the field right down to the final play, final drive, threw a beautiful pass into the corner of the end zone for the game-winning touchdown.
Patrick is also an exceptional student. He is in the National Honor Society and has taken 8 advanced placement courses in his last 2 years, all of which he's received honor credit for.
Patrick epitomizes what a Hatter is. It's someone that overcomes obstacles and keeps going forward, puts his best foot forward all the time. Patrick is exactly what we want a student to look like when they're leaving this school.
Mr. Hessler, one of Patrick's teachers, had this to say about Patrick. Patrick is an extremely precise orator. He has to be. His stutter demands it.
Coming into high school, I was I'm nervous. I'm just so grateful to have a community that I have here at Danbury High School. How they treat me as if I'm just like everybody else.
And that pass for number 10, Patrick Rosetti.
In addition to winning the CIAC Spirit of Sport Award, Patrick is also winner of the National Federation of High Schools Section 1 Spirit of Sport Award. Section 1 is comprised of the New England states plus New York and New Jersey. Congratulations to a remarkable young man, and best wishes for all future successes.
Hi, this is Rob Dibble from Sellington High School, class of 1982, and also a member of the 1990 World Series champion Cincinnati Reds. I'd like to congratulate everybody from the 2021 CIAC Scholar Athlete class. Congratulations, job well done. Honestly, for me, my time in high school was amazing. Everything I learned back in high school, I've taken to heart all of these years, helped me get to the major leagues, and now I've been doing radio and television for over 20 years. So some people might think, oh, it was so tough to get through high school, but for me, those are some of the greatest days and memories of my life, and I use a lot of those lessons I learned back then to this day. Congratulations once again.
Hi, my name is Maria Conlan, former UConn women's basketball player and current head coach of the Lady Lancers of Fairfield. I just wanted to send a note congratulating all the student athletes for their amazing accomplishments this year. It is truly remarkable what you've been able to do in these unprecedented times. Congratulations and enjoy your night.
There have been dozens of phenomenal high school athletes in Connecticut history, but you'd be hard-pressed to find a more accomplished one than Bobby Valentine. An all-state selection in football, baseball, and track at Rippewam High School in Stamford, Bobby accepted a football scholarship to attend USC. But before he ever played for the Trojans, he signed a contract with the Dodgers, who selected him 5th overall in the 1968 baseball amateur draft. Bobby won 1,186 games during a 16-year MLB managerial career. The highlight, taking his Mets to the World Series in 2000. And he's now the highly successful athletic director at Sacred Heart University in Fairfield. We are delighted to welcome Bobby Valentine as our keynote speaker. Bobby, I moved to Connecticut in 1973, and I wasn't here very long when I heard all these tales about this fantastic high school career you had, particularly on the football field. When you think of your high school playing days, does it make you smile?
Sure, what I can remember of them, of course, Bob. Yeah, no, I have friends, you know, Rick Robestelli, who was a competitor at the time. He was at the other high school in Stamford, Connecticut, works with me here. We're always reminiscing. You know, Dave Bike, who was the first baseball player drafted from the state of Connecticut, because in '65, when he was in high school, that was the first year of the draft, and he was drafted from across the street right here. Those years are such formative years, you know, but the young guys don't want to hear about what happened back then. I have to really tell them that I wore a helmet. You know, I did. It was a hard helmet. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the lessons you learned playing high school sports and how you've been able to use those lessons throughout your life as a Major League Baseball player, a Major League Baseball manager, a TV analyst, a restaurateur, and now as an athletic director.
Wow, those are a lot of things, lessons learned. But, you know, the greatest lesson was that in order to have success, you need teamwork. And the way to have teamwork is to trust in each other and trust in the coaching staff. And so that was established at a very young age in my heart and in my mind, and in high school, it was implanted. So I trusted my coaches and I trusted my teammates, and so did everyone else around us. And so we worked together as a team. And, I talk about that at the college level. I talked about that at the professional level. And, I was lucky enough to be around people who informed me. They taught me and told me the right things. They instructed me. They showed me how to do things, and they inspired me. They made me want to be as good as I could possibly be. And that's why I'm a lucky guy today.
So when we talk about our honorees tonight, these scholar athletes, they've had a tough 2 years.
Oh.
The pandemic has been brutal for everyone, but especially a year ago, the seniors had their senior year season taken right out from underneath them. But life's all about overcoming obstacles. Your Major League Baseball career took an abrupt turn when you suffered a debilitating leg injury, colliding with an outfield fence. Can you talk a little bit about being able to overcome setbacks and how you need to do that to be successful in life, professionally and personally?
Yeah, sure, Bob. And in particular in this year, I've seen athletes all around me, all different ages, use the lessons that they've learned to get through this pandemic and lead. And the biggest thing you hear about the great athletes is that they have the ability to adjust and adapt. And this past year has been all about adapting, all about adjusting, all about the things that athletes learn on the court, on the field, in the pool, or on the track, how to adjust to the weather, how to adjust to the competition, how to adjust to that defeat, to get up off the ground and give your best the next time. All of those adjustments and adaptations are what makes an athlete love to do what he does, because it's continually changing. And I'm just proud of these scholar athletes for getting to where they are today. And I'm hoping that their backpack of experiences are filled with experiences from this year. The experience of adapting and learning and changing and adjusting and helping and being there when other people, their teammates, their friends, their family needed them. That's why they're being honored here today, because they are those type of students.
And they're all about to embark on a new chapter in their life. What advice would you have for them as they embark on this new experience?
Yeah, well, kiddingly, I always say don't let the classroom get in the way of a good education, because when you move away for the first time, now the world opens up and there are all kinds of experiences, all kinds of things that you need to experience in order to grow. And that I ask them to look at the world with bright eyes and open eyes and confidence, and understand that there's going to always be that fork in the road, that there's not one way of doing things, that you have to be ready to adjust along the way. And Yogi Berra said, when you come to that fork in the road, you have to take it. Well, there's wisdom in that. That means if the road is blocked, don't turn around and go home. Get to your destination another way.
Great message. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Pleasure, Bob. Thank you.
The pandemic has challenged all of us. Staying focused, energized, and on course, both in and out of the classroom, may have required more from scholar athletes than ever before. But as you are about to see, A pandemic is not the only challenge facing Rockville High School scholar athlete Charles Bannon.
It's been a lot to take on within these last 14 months, balancing out academics, sports, and COVID, but we've been able to make it through so far, and that's like the most important part.
Well before the pandemic impacted our world, Rockville scholar athlete Charles Bannon was facing serious obstacles, starting with a freak football practice injury sophomore year.
I ended up having a lacerated spleen, so I had to go to the hospital for that because I was bleeding out inside.
The injury led Charles to step away from contact sports, but another major medical challenge was just around the corner.
I was at a flag football practice and I was hit by a teammate and I got a concussion. So they brought me to the hospital and they ended up doing a scan and they found a tumor. So if I never got hit that day, they would have never found out that I had that in my brain. It was a miracle. On February 25th, 2020, I went through a brain surgery to remove the mass. I got the surgery right before the pandemic hit. It was tough. There was a lot of pain, aching, I couldn't sleep, couldn't see anybody, which was really tough. You know, usually when people go through these things, they have a lot of love around them. A week after this happened, we went into lockdown, so I couldn't see anybody, so I was really just with my main family. Couldn't see my friends or be with my teachers or anything. It was a huge eye-opener for me. It made me have a second take on my life and the world around me. It changed me. It will change me forever, change my family forever.
He's the first one in the gym, and sometimes he's the last one to leave, and he's helping out a lot of the younger guys. A great leader. A young man's gone through a lot. I'm really lucky to have him on the team right now.
He's someone that I think everybody in our school looks up to. Even through the pandemic and everything, he's never once complained about anything. He just looks for what can be done rather than what can't be done.
Normalcy, that's really what I miss about everything. With this pandemic, with my injuries, just normalcy. I need that. Right now, I'm able to play sports, I'm healthy, I'm happy, and graduation's coming up, and it's just a totally different time than 1 year ago today.
In a time like this, we need more people like Charles to kind of set that example.
I really have seen firsthand how bad things can really get and how bad your life can get so fast. I don't stress about the small things anymore. The small things don't matter. You gotta stay positive.
And a final message to our scholar athletes. Your senior year has certainly been a challenging one, but look around. The world is filled with more challenges than ever. We need solutions. We need problem solvers. And you've already demonstrated a keen ability to face extraordinary challenges and to meet them head on and to solve problems. And we're counting on you to continue to do that, to be our leaders of tomorrow. And we're very confident you're up for the task. So once again, congratulations. And thank you so much for joining us. And as we say goodbye, we're going to end with an original piano composition performed by Suffield High School hockey goalie and scholar athlete, Cam Begley.
I'm thankful for the support of my mother and coaches who've guided me along the way.
My favorite memory from high school sports was when I won the Hartford Open as a 4 seed in my bracket my junior year. It was an incredible tournament run and it will stay with me forever.
My first year doing cross country, I ended up going to states and I actually did pretty decent at it, and it was honestly just one of my best memories here at Alice Tech.
My favorite memory from high school sports is being presented with an unimaginable opportunity through Unified Sports to work with a diverse group of people and helping them feel welcome and included in any way possible.
My favorite memory in high school sports is going across the street to the elementary school for children with autism and teaching them how to play sports like basketball, soccer, frisbee, and watching them enjoy themselves playing sports that we all love and having a great time.